Associate Professor Chrissy Fedier of the Griffith University School of Medicine in the Gold Coast, Australia. I'm also the president and founder of the OCI Foundation, an international NGO registered in both Nigeria and Australia. This presentation is part of the ArOY Youth Health Campaign Preparation Series for Nigerian teachers and other interested participants. The ArOY Youth Health Campaign, otherwise known as the ArOY Health Campaign, is an OCI Foundation's initiative for Nigerian youths in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. We've prepared a series of modules that will help train Nigerians, particularly the teachers, in this campaign. And this particular module is an introduction and background to the entire project. Now we're going to go through an outline of what this program is all about, of what this particular module goes on to achieve. First up will be the facts behind this project. And then we'll look at an introduction to the actual ArOY Health campaign itself, and then try out quizzes. Now, these quizzes are compulsory, and there are minimum pass marks before you can get a certificate for those who would need to get certificates. It's not compulsory for anyone else. The interesting thing is that the quizzes are not designed to test your intelligence. They are designed to actually help you engage with the program and make sure you pick up the right lessons. So don't worry about failing or passing it. Even if you don't get the initial scores, the answers will pop up for you and you need to master them and try again. And you have multiple attempts to get the right scores. So please do not panic about the quizzes. So first up is the facts. So first set of facts. Research has shown that anti-breast and anti-cervical cancer campaigns should primarily target teenagers, not just the girls, but boys as well. So every teenager should be the primary target of campaigns against cervical cancers and breast cancers. And those particularly in senior secondary schools or high schools in developing countries. The primary goals of the ArOY Youth campaign, it's quite simple, basically to integrate these preventive cancer strategies into the academic curriculum of senior secondary schools and targeting them while they are in their teens. That's the essence of this program. In any case, it's also expanded to cover other Nigerians that are not in school, and this will be achieved through the Savvy Breast mobile phone application, which is free and available as we speak on your Google or Android Play stores. You can do that now. If you post this video, you can download it and customize it to suit yourself. Now, the campaign is vital, for a number of reasons, one of which is that the cancer, cervical cancer particularly, and breast cancer to some extent, have their roots in the teenage years. So if we decide to wait, as many other NGOs, as many other campaigns are doing, till people are older, then we would have lost a lot of our girls to this cervical cancer because the roots are in the teenage years. Second set of facts, the ArOY Youth Health campaign in Nigeria is currently and arguably the only campaign that is accessible, that is affordable, that is sustainable, and that is realistic, and gives millions of women in Nigeria the chance to survive breast and cervical cancers. So keep the keywords in mind. This campaign is accessible to everyone. It is free. We have the app that is free. The teachings are free. It is affordable. You don't really have to pay anything to be part of this program. And it is sustainable because we have measures in place that will sustain it and ensure that even if the OCI Foundation is not there tomorrow, this program stays on. And it is realistic. So the measures we have in place are basically measures that anyone can do without having to stress anybody out. Now, this program empowers young Nigerians with the self-awareness and confidence that they need to take charge of their own health. It gives them the power to look after themselves, puts it right in their own hands. Now, the knowledge they acquire from this program will help them adopt attitudes that are positive and behaviors that are preventive. So positive attitudes and preventive behaviors that will ultimately prolong their lives and ultimately save their lives. That is what we are offering through the ArOY Youth Health campaign. Now, in addition to the individual benefits, it also gives benefits to government and other stakeholders, the NGOs, the WHO, UNICEF, every group, everybody, every NGO, every government that's interested in fighting breast and cervical cancer. This program complements your effort because it presents an evidence-based, cost-effective, and sustainable life-saving option, a way to get around the current bottleneck. So we know we do have a lot of bottlenecks, like in Nigeria, large-scale implementation of other effective and capital-intensive programs are not very realistic or not very achievable, and actually are not in existence at the moment. Yes, we do have pockets of of screenings and vaccinations, but most people have to pay for themselves. But this program helps because it provides something that is cost effective, something that is sustainable, and things that are grounded in evidence. So it's not going to compete with government programs. It complements government programs. And we're going to get to that as we go through the presentation. So the ArOY Youth Health Campaign is a health promotion initiative. Like I said, it's of the OCI Foundation, but it is novel. It is the first of its kind anywhere in the world. The program is endorsed by the top medical institution in the world, the Harvard Medical School, and is supported by the peak body in charge of World Health, which is the WHO. Now, this program also is grounded in evidence, as we've pointed out earlier, and introduces anti-breast and anti-cervical cancer teaching into the curriculum. We've said this before, but we are repeating it for emphasis. It's targeting all senior secondary schools in Nigeria, not in one state or the other, all senior secondary schools, as a way of tackling both breast and cervical cancers. It aims to start from high school, senior secondary school, but it goes into universities and goes into other spheres of the Nigerian system. But when we intend to start when most of the young adults are in their teens. And it's designed to reach every single Nigerian through the OCI Survey Breast mobile phone application. It is free to download, and we suggest you download it now. Now, another set of introductory points to make. We've already said this before, but again, for emphasis, for this program to succeed, it must include boys, not just girls. Because cervical cancer, I don't know if we know, is sexually transmitted. The virus causing it is passed on through sexual intercourse. Now, most of the sexual pressure from men contributes significantly to the problem. If men are empowered, if they understand the importance and the risks associated, we believe they can take care of themselves and take care of our women. Now, women also need the support of men. In addition to men understanding, women would need their support in this fight, because to maintain the required lifestyle, like having to not smoke, having to go undertake the screenings, having to remind them to vaccinate the women themselves and their children, the men need to support these lifestyles. The men also provide the funds in most cases for the tests and screenings, and we need to make sure they understand they are not wasting their money, they're not supporting promiscuity, that they are protecting our women and for that matter themselves, because every man has a woman in his life. Males therefore must be empowered alongside the women if this program is to succeed. They need to be part of the solutions. And if long-term beneficial outcomes are to be realized, we need to start engaging them now. And the ArOY Youth Health Campaign does exactly this. Now, we've talked about general, benefits, but what's the importance of this campaign? Well, there are present, immediate importance and benefits, and there are also future benefits. On the present, at least for the foreseeable future, we know that the unfortunate reality is that also the ArOY Health campaign is the only option available to tens of millions of women in Nigeria. Fine, there are vaccinations, fine, there are screening centers, but how many can afford this? But this campaign reaches every single person so long as you're able to download the app, so long as you're in high school, so long as you're able to listen to people who know about this. It's going to be, so we're engaging mosques, churches, we're engaging a lot of NGOs, we're engaging a lot of different institutions to make sure that this gets to every single Nigerian. Now, for the future, the benefits are huge. It complements future government-sponsored programs on screenings and vaccinations. So this program is going to complement that by preparing an informed and a compliant population. So by the time we arm every single Nigerian going through high schools, in the next 5 years, we'll have millions of young Nigerians who are ready to listen to the government when they eventually roll out the screening and vaccination programs. It will also help overcome vaccine hesitancy. We know there is a number of resistance and hesitancy to using vaccines. An informed population will be very more likely to take up the vaccines. And that's what we are doing by arming them and getting them informed as to the campaign and the benefits of the screenings. It will also help increase uptake to screening and vaccinations by informing them, by telling them it's not going to be harmful, by getting them to get engaged with the system. The uptakes we expect will increase, and research supports this. It also ensures the efficacy and sustainability of the program. So by engaging the ArOY Youth Health campaign, it increases efficacy of whatever government program is going to be rolled out in the future and its sustainability. Now, the future leaders, the people benefiting from this program today, our youth, our teenagers, will be the leaders of this country tomorrow and of their respective institutions, the banks, the corporate institutions, and all of that. Now, they will be able, because they have the knowledge, to prioritize and adopt policies desirable in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. Imagine someone from the teenage years of this ArOY Youth Health campaign becoming the president of Nigeria tomorrow. or the governor of a state tomorrow. You do not need to lobby him to do that. He knows or she knows what to do. It could also be the final missing puzzle in the global quest to eradicate breast cancer, or rather eradicate cervical cancer. By overcoming hesitancy to vaccines, this campaign will help, you know, even in developed countries, the vaccine uptake is not as high as we expect. The high is about 70%. If they introduce this into their curriculum, it can help them, achieve 85, 90, 95% of cervical cancer coverage in the world. So it is important going into the future. And this campaign, for these reasons, have significant support from a number of institutions that are reputable across the world, including Nigeria, Australia, Canada, and the USA. So these are very important things to keep in mind as we end this presentation. And we thank you very much for listening to it. We hope you can join us as we arm our youths. We intend to do this while they are young. We intend to do this for all of them. And we intend to start right now. Let's do this for our families. Let's do this for our states. And let's do this for our country. Thank you very much.